Welcome. This is Jay Davis. I don't know if this is Jay Davis show. This is like an impromptu Jay Davis show on Intellectual Radio. Shout out to Earl. Me and Dante was just here messing around, and he's like, "Hey, y'all should do something on the mic." So we here. Yep. So I want to introduce everybody. Everybody probably know him already. Dante.
I don't think everybody don't know me.
A lot of people. You got to post more random ratchetness on Facebook like me.
I'm sorry, my brain don't work like that sometimes.
But Dante Williams, tell the people a little something about yourself.
Well, my name is Dante Diesel Williams. If people don't know me, I am the director of the past three things we've done, and director of the upcoming film Not Another Black Movie, which we have coming in 2016. Correct. We're going to start shooting. And I also have been in the TV business for 15 years.
When you say TV business, what exactly do you mean, sir?
I mean, I've worked at 4 different TV stations. I work at NBC currently.
Okay.
I worked at CLTV. I worked at the Big Ten Network, and I've worked at another NBC affiliate downstate.
Okay. How did you get into the business? What made you say, "Hey, I want to shoot stuff for a living"?
I don't know.
Was that your plan A or plan B? Because this is my plan C. Like I wanted to be a doctor, and I realized I had to be in school for a long time.
Kind of like that. I wanted to be an architect when I was a kid, and I decided too much math involved. So
too much math?
Yeah. I was like, nah.
What'd you do? Did you go to school? Because a lot of people out there shooting videos with their cell phone, trap videos, they want to know, hey, I want to be on TV. I want to shoot that. What should you tell these people instead of risking their life shooting trap videos?
Don't let gangbangers point guns at the camera.
That's rule number one.
That's rule number one, man. I wouldn't let anybody aim a gun at me, especially with a infrared, but and mess up the lens. But but no, I got into it pretty much when I was young. Start handling the camera. My father actually taught me how to operate a handheld camera. And then when I went to college, I got a camera when I was 20 years old. And I just started shooting everything I could on campus. So I started shooting shows, people's projects. You need a video project for class. I was that guy that come out, shoot the video project for a class project.
You was that guy.
Yeah, I was that guy. I was the guy, people walking on campus. Hey man, when we gonna do a video? I don't know. So yeah, but I shot for a dance troupe briefly when I was in college. Did my first short film in 2002, which was called The Legend of Bootney Lee, which I also wrote and directed, and also did a PSA for United Way, and then from there I went to news. But I went to ISU. I'm a proud Red Bird. Go Red Bird.
That's the school my sister dropped out of. That's a side note. If she listening, sorry.
You just had to throw her under the bus, didn't you?
I didn't tell her to drop out. She didn't. No,
that's wrong, man.
But anyway, a lot of people want to know how we connected. It wasn't in rehab, despite the rumors, or prison. So you want to tell a story? I can tell a story.
The prison story. That was after
we did get locked up together, but that was after the fact. All right. You want to tell the story?
You tell it.
Okay.
I'll let you tell it.
Jay Holland's a mutual friend. Diesel went to school with him.
And I directed a lot of his music videos.
Oh, like 90% of his music videos.
Yeah, pretty much.
We met on, Jay invited me down to a video shoot of a song, You're My Girl, the remix. And so I was just there. I was just going to be in the video. I didn't know what I was going to be there. I was just there.
He was just awkward.
Right. I was just there. I'm like, why am I here? I just had started doing my show. I just interviewed Jay. I came down, and then he introduced me and Dante.
You never interviewed me, though.
I'm sorry. This is what this is right now. See, it happened. Dreams come true.
Wow.
And so we just started talking, and we just started off shooting a few sketches or whatever, and we just gradually end up shooting like an hour worth of sketches over like a year and a half.
Oh yeah.
Fast forward, I wrote a movie script during the time we were shooting the sketches. I sent it to him like, hey, what about shooting a movie? He said, cool, let's shoot a movie. So April, I want to say, we shot the first trailer to Not Another Zombie movie in January 2014.
Right.
That trailer had to be scrapped because the lead actor decided that our schedule didn't fit his criteria. So we had to shoot a whole new trailer, which was actually better. But shot Not Another Zombie movie, released it in March 2015. Yep. Had a great almost 1,000 people showed up.
1,000 people.
And we signed a distribution deal, so I feel good about that.
Drinking a little bit.
I know. Oh, and we did release another sketch DVD, Choke on That Reloaded, this year too. So we had a pretty busy year. And
I also had a short film that I released this year, which a lot of people don't know about, called 3825.
And why don't people know about this?
Because I probably need to post it more. And also,
when you say people need to post it more, who are you talking about?
My co-director also needs to probably post a little bit more. It's a suspense thriller written by Ken Hoy and also co-directed with him. And it was a 15-minute short, which actually Jay Davis was a production assistant on.
I was PA.
Yeah, he worked on the set. Actually held the boom mic.
All right, we're gonna put you in a hot seat.
Oh man,
who's your top 3 favorite filmmakers of all time? Alive, dead, or hologram?
Wow, hologram. You know, even though I had a not so good interaction with him, I had to say Spike Lee.
Wait, you can't just go past that. What describe your interaction you had with Spike Lee?
I don't even want to describe it, man, because I tried to tell Spike about not another zombie movie, and he didn't want to hear
He put his hand.
Take the CD. Take Chirac.
So he gave you the Chirac CD that you did not want. What did you do? Did you frisbee it, or do you?
I got it. I haven't listened to it. I'm probably gonna donate it. Share it or something.
Wow.
I would say probably Quentin Tarantino.
Okay.
He's made some good Kill Bill films, and then also
his films are bloody.
Yeah. Pulp Fiction though is one of those films that's still very creative to me.
Okay.
And John Hughes. John Hughes is my
the Breakfast Club dude.
Breakfast Club, Home Alone. A lot of the reason why a lot of his films are they're based in Chicago. He's a Chicago area person. Well, rest in peace. But a lot of his films were based in Chicago, So and he's one of those people that inspired me too.
All right. So before we go on the break, I'm gonna ask you just one question, then I'm gonna answer it. What is the
How you gonna ask me a question and you gonna answer it?
I'm gonna answer my version of it.
You said you're gonna ask a question and you're gonna answer it.
All right. I'm gonna ask you a question and then I'm gonna ask myself the same question. How about that?
All right.
All right. What is the hardest thing about being an indie filmmaker?
I mean, really, the connects, the budget. I think the budget is probably the hardest thing. It's one of those things where we want a bigger budget to pay people, and I think that's one of the hardest things. The other is just getting people together.
Yes. And that is my number one thing that I hate about indie filmmaking. Getting normal human beings to show up at a time and a place at a given day. That seems to baffle people for some reason.
Right.
If I say, hey, we shooting this scene at 11 a.m. on Sunday, and I remind you 3 times during the week, you can't call me Sunday at the time you're supposed to be there and say, hey, man, I have a car. You knew you didn't have a car when I first told you about it.
Right.
So
exactly.
That is my biggest pet peeve about indie filmmaking. Just show up.
I agree.
A lot of people are, hey man, how can I work with you? Show up. That's all you got to do. We can work through the rest. If you can't act, we can get around that, but show up.
Right, because if I don't show up,
I'm going home. Right. So we're going to take a real quick break. We're going to play a sketch from our sketch DVD, Choke on That Reloaded. We're playing the awkward moment sketch. Everybody has the moments were kind of awkward because you let your mouth do a lot of talking for you. We're going to play that sketch right now.
Jay gets into a lot of those.
I get a lot of those. Oh, wait. Hold on one second. Right here.
Hey, baby. You mind if I go in and use the bathroom real quick?
Yeah, let's go around straight to the back. Yeah, that was up, man. I know. See a freak. That's why. You know what the taint is? She licked people call it the palate, the area between the nuts and the butt. She put her nose there. She didn't do nothing. She just left the nose there. He finished up, swallowed. I was drained. my balls looked like 2 brown potato chips. It was horrible. Then she had my balls like speed bags. I like that stuff. She was like going real fast with her hands. Yeah, like Mayweather speed. Kind of weird. She said, have you ever had a threesome? I'm like, is this a setup? She's like, no. I was thinking about me and my sister and you. I'm like, your sister? She's like, yeah. So her sister thick too. I'm like, you want me to use a condom? She's like, if you don't love somebody, you might as well die for it if you really love somebody. So I'm like, cool. Her pops was real strict on her, right? She used to like rebel against them. I even found out she lost her virginity to her pop's best friend. Yeah. I don't know what the age difference was, but I'm pretty sure if it's illegal, she sucked me dry. Right. Every last drop. Like I had to get some orange juice. Hold on, here she comes. Hold on.
Hey, babe. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, and by the way, I'm sorry I wasn't able to give you the proper introduction, but I'm pretty sure you guys met, right? Dad, this is my sweetie pie, Jay. Jay, this is my dad. Happy family.
Let me call you back.
Awkward moments.
Dad?
Welcome back. This is to the Jay Davis, Dante Williams impromptu show, Intellectual Radio. Hope y'all like the awkward moment sketch. It's not for the faint of heart, but I really don't care. So if you play it at work and get in trouble, that's your fault.
Yeah, that's why you gotta be aware of that.
So, CLTV, how'd you get the job?
Well, actually, first, before I got to CLTV, I was at a WEEK in Peoria, which is an NBC affiliate, and got the job down there actually first as an editor. Started out as an editor, had been editing in college and shooting in college, and I became friends with the morning anchor, Gary Moore, and once that position became available, he referred me for that position, and they saw everything that I had been doing in school, and honestly, the producer, executive producer, she said, you're far more advanced than what you'll be doing here. Right. I'm like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? So I took the job, and it was, for me, my heart was in film. It's always been in the cinema, but I just wanted to get my foot in the door. So, but,
okay. So what is, and I'm going to answer this question too, what is the biggest misconception that people have about you?
That I'm serious. Because I think a lot of people think I'm like real serious. So a lot of people meet me and they think, oh, he's serious. Oh, man. Jay's crazy. I don't know about him.
You also hear some of the conversations we have.
Yeah, it could be a reality show. But yeah, they don't know how crazy you are.
The biggest misconception that people have about me is that I only write comedies.
True.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So I have like 3 scripts that's like pretty horrible. Like a horror script. So
yeah, well, you know what, and touching on that, the one that you sent, it was one that you sent me, which was the dark comedy. Yeah, and a lot of people don't know that, and it's just really good. I don't know if people will be ready for that.
I don't think so.
I don't think they're ready for that.
It's too evil.
You.
It's like a
Well, I just don't think they're ready for it from coming from you.
Yeah, it's like a Tales from the Hood, not Tales from the Crypt. I want to say
Tales from the Hood, or
Tales from the Crypt. Because they had like different.
Well, you know the Doug would probably say it was Tales from the Hood.
Yeah, Tales from. That's another story. So, when did I realize I was funny? I don't know. I always been silly. I remember my mother filmed me. She had like one of the cameras with the tapes. I was like 6 or 7.
So you saying you how old now?
It's a long time ago. But she filmed me doing Eddie Murphy bit from Saturday Night Live, Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood, with the cursing. 7 years old.
Wow.
So, and
trying to really put your mom out there now.
She let me. I didn't buy the camera. That was her. She made me do it, and I was so nervous and scared. She just set the camera in the living room, and I just did in front of the camera.
Did she have a belt?
Nah, I thought it was a setup. I'm like, this is entrapment if you whoop me.
A Hot Wheel or something.
Right. So I did that, and then always in school, I was the quiet one in school, but I was still crack jokes. So I didn't take it serious until I started writing.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, I gotta do something with my life. Maybe I am funny. Who knows? So,
what was the first thing that made you realize that, or first thing once you started writing that made you realize you were funny? Like when somebody told you, or
the first premiere I had for my first movie, The Hostile Takeover, we had like a lot of people show up. I think like 7 people was gonna show up because this was my first movie premiere. Ain't nobody finna come to this, and people really liked it. I'm like, y'all really liked it? I wasn't even trying. The other thing, people, I like that whole script was a rough draft. I just wrote it. I wrote it in the script. Every Tuesday night, I would go to the strip club and I would sit there and write this movie.
it was a good movie.
And it was a rough draft. I didn't go back, change anything. Whatever I wrote stayed there, and I wasn't even trying. So I'm like, maybe if I tried, something good might happen. So that's what happened.
But it was good though, and you know, a lot of what I saw when we first met, especially like when I watched Shots Fired and Hostile Takeover, was I saw, you know, that there was that flash there, man. I was like, okay, well, let's see what we can do technically to kind of tweak it a little bit and see if we can kind of, you know, make it just a little bit better. And I think that was what my thing was. I didn't really want to change too much. Just wanted to kind of make it, try and enhance everything.
Right. And I never really, people talk about writer's block. I don't have writer's block. I write in spurts. Like, I'll write for 2 months straight, and then I won't write for a month. Right. So it's never like, I never just been sitting there. I never have writer's block for some reason. Right. I have like, it'll take like a day to get through something, but I don't, like, a lot of people be like, man, I wrote this script like 3 years ago, trying to finish it up. Like, but you're busy. It's a difference between block and busy. You got like, you work 12 hours. So that's true. You got to go to like a gangland shooting in the aftermath or something like that.
So now, do you ever read like other people's scripts, like just to see like what they?
Unfortunately, I've read some good ones and bad ones, but I read like a friend of mine, a mutual friend, asked me to like look at the script and tweak up the comment, and it was actually a good script. And then I like made little notes to it, and it took me 3 hours to go through his whole script, add like different notes to it, and didn't hear anything else from it.
How long was the script?
Script was like 90 pages. And so
3 hours? Wow.
It took me 3 hours to like add notes to it. I read through it and then I was typing notes. And so in that 3 hours, I haven't heard anything back yet. I don't know what's going on with the script. That's why I don't read anyone else's script, because unless you like serious about it, then there's no purpose of giving me the script to read.
So I got the next question now, man, because I know that when we got a review, and it was a bad review, and the guy in the review claimed that you wanted to be a ladies' man.
That was the worst review.
So how do you think that women treat you differently now since you've been doing the filmmaking?
Of course, everyone wants to be famous.
But they don't treat me. I don't get any
like you can't. So. I just do. At least make it look believable. Like, don't, after I post something, some good news or something, don't inbox be like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I know what you're doing. And that always leads to, so when your next movie, that always, I'm like, try to fool me. Like, at least, that's what you'll go, try to fool me. I know what you're doing. I get it. Everyone wants to be famous. I get it. And I mean, I care, like, if it, like, yeah, like we can both get something out of this deal, but don't act like I'm stupid. Like, that's the biggest insult. Don't act like, hey, maybe I can trick him. No, you can't.
Gonna outsmart you.
Right, it's not gonna work. So speaking of which, this is a good segue into our next sketch called The Side Guy. I wrote this sketch literally like in 30 minutes, and I sent it like, because we wanted to have some commercials like Saturday Night Live used to have, just random realistic commercials. And I'm like, hey, how about, since everybody talking about side chicks, let's do one about side guys. So I wrote it, sent it to Dante. And like, hey, let's shoot it. We shot this quick sketch like.
Has your husband or boyfriend been acting up lately?
About 3 hours.
Sick of the
and
bullshit?
Randolph Park. So this is a Side Guy sketch. We'll be right back at Intellectual Radio, the Jay Davis and Prompt
Need
Show.
something new and exciting in your life? Then you need to try Side Guy. That's right, Side Guy. For only $200 a week, you can have your very own Side Guy send you a good morning text every day. Unlimited sex, 2 hours per day of venting time, and much more. Side Guy offers a wide range of men to choose from. Big guys, short guys, old guys, young guys, we can match the perfect guy to satisfy your vaginal demands. But wait, there's more. Side Guy offers a full money-back guarantee if you get pregnant, get herpes, fall in love, get AIDS, or if your boyfriend or husband finds out and murders you. So don't wait. Call now. 800-SIDE-GUY. The first 30 callers will get a free directory of good bed-bug-infested motels to take your Side Guy. And for special rush delivery, need it quick? Call our other hotline at 1-800-NEW-DICK. Don't hesitate. Get your very own Side Guy.
Welcome back.
And
that
we're
was
back.
The Side Guy. If those who don't know, that was Diesel on the voiceover.
That's right, Side Guy.
So Diesel did the voiceover for that.
I work with a lot of TV personalities, so I kind of learned over the years how to change my voice. So.
Do they have like a regular voice outside of that? Or?
Some of them don't. It's weird. You know, you playing ball with them and like, hey, you fouled me. Don't stop hacking me, guy.
Pass the rock.
Hey, come on. All right.
Wow. So if you had an unlimited budget, talking about they just threw this money at you, like, make this movie. What movie would you make, and what would it look like?
It would be crazy. It would be extreme. It would be something with explosions just for no reason.
It'll be a love story with explosions.
No love stories, man.
Okay.
I got tricked into watching what was that Twilight? Nah.
Oh.
Nothing like that. It'd be like Twilight characters, but they get blew up.
Oh. I would do another version, not another zombie movie. I'll make like a more like Tarantino blood. That's what I'm looking for.
What we originally planned to do.
Yeah, right.
We wanted helicopters and buses going off the cliff and
Right.
everything.
I would do that. I'll do shots fired. Like that'll be Jack's dream. Like he can kick people to death.
Speaking of Jack, where's Jack?
Jack is doing Jack stuff. He probably gonna
Action
send me
stuff.
something like, hey man, you heard this thing called YouTube? You can watch videos on it. Jack is so behind in technology, it's scary.
Yeah.
Like I'm scared to leave him by himself because he just got an iPhone 4.
Yeah.
And he's just like, hey man, what's this iTunes thing? I'm like, Jack.
Yeah.
So he's getting caught up on technology. We working with him. His old phone was like a sidekick.
Yeah,
he
it
just
was.
got
It
rid
was
of
a
like
flip.
4 months ago.
Yeah, he show pictures on
People
that
used to
phone
think
and
Jack sell dope because his phone's so old.
it's one of them wire phones
Right.
from Baltimore.
So, and the last movie I would do, and I still really want to do this, I would do another, like a Harlem Nights Part 2 with like some more different comedians or whatever, like a time kind of piece. So
Right.
that's what I would do. If I had an unlimited budget at my disposal, I would do something like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people would die.
Yeah, you know, we gotta have. I mean, Jack would love it.
Yeah,
You
Jack
know.
like kicking people in the face and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, all right, Diesel, you like comedies? Top 5 comedians all time.
Wow, you put me
On the hot seat again.
last.
No specific order.
No
Alive,
specific
dead,
order.
or whatever.
Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy. I might have to throw out some dirty comedians.
Dirty.
I like Rudy Ray Moore, man.
With Dolomite.
Yeah, the old Dolomite. Who else? Let's say Martin
Martin. Okay.
and Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. Okay. My top 5.
I left. You know what? I'm sorry. I left out one.
Who?
I'm gonna have to switch out Rudy Ray Moore. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac. Okay. I have Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Dave Chappelle, Bernie Mac. Number 5. Whew. That's gonna be hard.
See, you get tough right
It
there.
get tough.
It gets
I like.
you can only have one though.
Oh man.
See, I made a trade.
Patrice O'Neal. And honorable mentions. Chris Rock.
Patrice O'Neal. A lot of people don't know
Rest in
about
peace,
him.
Patrice
A lot
O'Neal.
of people don't know about him. He's funny, man.
Yeah, he's funny and clever, so that's why I
yeah.
like him. So, we can do this together. What are your top 10 actors in Chicago that we work with?
Top 10.
This would be our list because I can't name 10 off the top, and I don't want nobody punching me in the face.
I can't name 10 either.
I can name 10 that we work with. We gotta say we work with good
I see.
actors.
Jay Davis.
He's alright.
Yeah. Blackjack.
D. Harold Dennis. We are going to work with Simeon Henderson.
Yeah, Simeon is very good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anybody else in that group
That's
isn't,
4.
but that's 4.
What about James Barbie? James Barbie. Will Cummings the third.
Will Cummings.
The third. You got to say the third.
The third. Sorry, Will Cummings the third. How many was that? That's 5. Is that
That's 5.
Okay. Wildcat.
Brian Wildcat Smith. He's on. He won the Shaq All-Star Comedy Competition.
Yes, very talented.
So we had 6.
Let's see.
Calvin Evans.
He
played Peanut in the zombie movie.
We have Damon Williams also.
The great Damon Williams. He did a lot of stuff. I was looking at his IMDb.
Yeah.
That's 7.
Oh yeah. People who aren't here right now. Jackie Dallas.
Good. She played a pregnant Maggie in another zombie movie.
And Spider was pretty good.
Marlon Hall. Yes.
Yep. We could probably go on, but
we can go on. What was that, 8 or 9?
I don't know.
We need one more. Did we say Blackjack?
I said Blackjack. He's like right after you.
He's alright. And Jennifer Linus.
Yep. Oh yeah.
She's very talented.
She's great. So now, who would you work with, man? Like if we could work with somebody who's on like that Hollywood level, I guess.
Hollywood level.
Yeah, actor or actress.
I love to work with Taraji. Like that'd be great.
You work with her?
I would.
Really?
That's disgusting. We were professional here.
You said it.
I would like Taraji. It'd be
great.
The
way you say it. I would love to.
Right? Then that sound creepy. I don't know. She just bring it out. Like Taraji is dope. Let's see. Dave Chappelle. That'd be like he's awesome. Dave Chappelle.
I gotta say Dave Chappelle probably would be. That would be.
I would have loved to work with Bernie Mac. That'd have been like a dream. Bernie got like the best delivery out of everything. Like the way it could be the simplest line, and he turns it into his own. Like in life,
I ain't afraid of you.
I ain't the pappy. That's all he had to say. But that was like the funniest part of the scene.
Right.
He made I ain't the pappy hilarious.
Right.
So
what's the answer to wait me?
So Bernie, like rest in peace, Bernie, man.
Bernie Mac. I don't know.
Where'd you want to shoot at? Like if we had we had a big budget. Chicago's a great place, but Chicago, the weather sucks. You get 3 good months to shoot something.
True.
And it's like either really cold or you get in July, and it's like when we shot that one day, we almost died out there. It was like 98.
Yeah, it was.
So it's like Chicago sucks as far as filmmaking. So I would say LA would be ideal to shoot.
California.
California, but I'm not used to earthquakes. I don't think I can handle that.
You know what? I would love to shoot in California, man. I think it'd be fun to at least be even on like a sound stage and shoot some stuff out there. They also got a lot of sound stages.
A sound stage would be actually pretty good now.
I mean, I would like to shoot at a center space. I mean, I would love to get an opportunity to shoot something there too.
I think we're gonna shoot at center space.
I just I don't know, man. What did the Bears do?
The Bears
anybody get a score?
I'll check the Bears score.
I was watching the game. I don't think anybody really cared. I mean, I know they was playing Lovey, so I think Lovey wanted his revenge. But I don't know.
What is the biggest disappointment you've had on a project?
You know what? I honestly I've completed them. Once I complete a project, I do have some disappointments. They're minor. There would be minor changes. Some things, a few things I would have did differently in another zombie movie. But for the most part, I think I'm happy as far as, seeing them be completed. Once we do a project and we have a good track record of completing it, and I think that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, I heard so many. Right. Yeah, I heard so many people saying, man, I shot this, like Will Cummings, who we mentioned earlier, like, man, I shot this movie like 4 years ago, I still ain't seen it.
Right.
Like a feature movie. I'm like, that's scary. Like, what are people doing? And he's not the only one. I hear that all the time. Because people be like, so is when is this coming out? Like next year? I'm like, no, like soon as possible.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, because this one guy I shot something in 2007. I don't know what happened to the guy. I'm like, what?
That's one thing. That's one thing I would tell any up and coming filmmaker. One thing that's very, very important: learn how to edit. Don't just learn how to direct. Don't just learn how to produce. Don't just act. Learn how to edit too, because you control your own destiny. You know, you control. Oh man, the editor died. We don't know what happened to the video.
That skit, like we heard that the editor died and someone's work, and it's like, I don't know if it's a gift and a curse, but the editor died and his work mysteriously got on Cinemax and Netflix, and he doesn't get paid for it.
Nothing.
So he's
No
just
residual.
That's scary. He's like, I don't want that to happen. My biggest disappointment was the first release of Shots Fired, because the person that was editing the movie, he didn't complete it. I want to say this, he didn't keep me updated as far as editing goes, and so he was rushing through it. The sound was off, a lot of things were off, and then on top of that, the Portage Theater had a crappy system, and so the movie shut off like 3 times. I was just like so embarrassed after that, and I was like, this will never happen again. So after that, I like disappeared for like 3 months, and I wrote like, I wrote Choke on that.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Right, I wrote Choke on that, and I did Not Another Zombie Movie. So I was like, kind of like, this will never happen again.
So speaking of those projects, which ones would you send to Hollywood?
I got to pick one. I would send Not Another Zombie Movie to Hollywood.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think that has the most reach as far as with the zombies. People love zombies, man.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. The first day of shooting, we had 106 zombies show up. So, like, just to show up to Berkeley, to some 2 black guys' house that they never met before to shoot a movie.
Came to my house, and it's like a house party that got out of control. So
we're gonna show. Come on, we're gonna take a quick break, but before we do, we shot this sketch called YOLO. You only live once. I hear everybody was saying that, like, you only live once. Realistically, that's the stupidest thing you can ever say, because you die once. You live for a long time. So I decided to write a sketch like showing different YOLO scenarios, and they didn't really work out for the people in the sketch. So don't think like that in real life. I'm just trying to help people. So everybody stay tuned. We finna go on the YOLO. We'll be right back with more of the Jay Davis Impromptu Show.
Hold on, baby. Hold on.
What's the matter?
I don't have any condoms. I gotta go run to the gas station.
You gotta go to the gas station.
Yeah.
Believe me, I don't have anything, sweetie. I mean, come
I
on.
practice safe sex though.
You only live once.
Fuck. YOLO.
Y'all know what time it is, right? Wait. Put the damn watch away. It's time to turn up. I got the mollies.
Oh, man, I'm ready to turn over.
Molly Berry.
When I take those, I don't know which way I'm going.
I know I'm going inside you.
I don't do that.
Come on, man. Hey, come on.
I ain't never.
Come on.
You never done Molly's before?
I know.
You smoke weed, don't you?
Yeah, I smoke hell. I smoke big weed.
Imagine smoking like 5 blunts, but in 2 pills.
5 blunts.
5 blunts, 2
That
pills.
one little Molly is like doing a whole kilo of dope, son.
Turn up in this bitch.
Hold the hell up. Turn up.
Wait. If you take 2, it gets the full effect, won't it?
You better not die. You better not die. Don't you die. Turn up, baby.
You want to do what?
I'm just trying to spice things up a little bit.
I don't know how comfortable I feel with that.
I mean, we've been trying everything. Like the time I let you pee down my shoulder blade. Or what about the time I went down on you after 8 Flaming Hots?
You know we got to die pocket.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's okay. Under one condition.
What?
I get to pick the girl.
Cool with me. YOLO. I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm leaking. I'm ready. I'm leaking already.
Okay.
Let's
I just
go.
want to know if you're ready.
I'm ready.
I seem like you're ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Both of y'all at who? What's that?
You ready?
Oh
You
no!
ready for
Oh no!
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Get that.
Yeah, baby. Oh my God!
Oh shit!
I don't
It's
want.
on the
I don't want. No!
Oh shit! Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
No!
Stop it! Oh, get it, girl. Get it, girl. Twerking in the sun. Twerking in the street, son.
Damn, see, I raping the hell out of you.
I know, right? Wow.
Man, you should go over there.
I don't know, she with a man.
Man, she wants you bad as hell. Look, I may just went to the bathroom. I looked out. Just go over there and get a number.
I don't know, man.
Man, you only live once. Go do that shit.
You think I should?
Yeah.
You talking to my woman?
No, I'm not. I'm not doing nothing you
Turn the fuck up! You better turn the fuck up and get your ass up! You ain't dead! You ain't dead!
Welcome back. I hope y'all like the YOLO sketch. My face still smell like that woman's lower regions.
Yeah, she rolled.
We were supposed to use somebody else. Earl know who she is.
And you had you had bed bugs too.
I was itching. But we were supposed to use this porn star, this plus size porn star. Earl knows she is, the black lady from Chicago, and she says she had a bad leg, and I got nervous and I backed out at the last minute.
I just remember that. I remember that comment. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna die.
Right, because if she would have slipped and fell, it would have been a good 5 seconds for you. Yeah, it was supposed to have been her. And she's like, yeah, my calf's sore, but I can still do it. I'm like, oh, no, you can't. Because by the time he would have came from behind the camera to move her, if he could have moved her off of me, it would have been too late. I would have been dead.
I wasn't moving nothing. I bench pressed 400 pounds. I can't do that.
So that was the YOLO sketch. But anybody out there want to make movies, it's not easy, and you're probably going to get frustrated and blow your brains out. But if you want to do it.
Wow, that's some words of optimism by Jay Davis.
Everything starts off with the script. You can't do anything without a script. You can't approach actors or directors or anybody else, investors, without a script. So that's the first thing.
I got Wesley Snipes in my movie.
Right.
You finished the script? No. But Wesley said cool.
Right. Nobody is going to talk to you without a properly formatted script.
No.
You can Google how to format a script. That's the first thing you do.
Some people won't talk to you with a fully formatted
script. Exactly. So show up without one and see what happens. First you get a script, then you determine your budget and how you're going to shoot this movie. So you got to go, you and whoever you're going to shoot it with, you got to go through, sit down. That's what we do. I write a script, me and Diesel sit down and talk about, all right, this is going to take to do this scene, this is where we can shoot it at, and how much it's going to take to shoot it.
Right. It takes months of planning. I think people also, they feel like they finish a script. Let's shoot this next week. We're going to shoot this movie next week and come out with it a week from this week.
Right. It blows my mind every time I see a rapper post, hey, we finna shoot on 79th, whatever, come on out if y'all want to be at a video. Right. And they are shocked that no one shows up.
Right.
So you have to plan stuff out to do it right. Or you can just show up and get arrested by the police trying to shoot some guerrilla style anywhere.
Yeah, which that's happened.
Yeah, we've been arrested before.
Yeah.
So it starts off with that. Then once you get shoot dates, that's when you do your casting call. All that has to be done before you do your casting call, because the first thing actors are going to ask is, hey, when we shooting? Right. So you need to know when you're going to shoot to get the actors lined up.
Right.
Do the casting call, you do rehearsals, then you go shooting.
And I think also from my standpoint too, people don't understand the technical aspect. They don't understand lighting, the fact that a lot of times, every time you send me a script, I outline the script. I go over the scenes, and I go over the shots that I'm going to need for the scenes. We talk about locations. We talk about, what people are going to be in certain scenes. So we develop a shooting script, and we have a order in which we do things. Between me and Jay, we have Excel spreadsheets and and Word documents and PDF files and all kinds of stuff. So I think a lot of people don't see that aspect. People just think that you can type something down and get a few people and that's it. And I keep an inventory of gear. I get lights, everything like that. Anything that I'm going to need, it's professional. This is what we have to do. And I think a lot of people, they get confused when they see something on screen and think, oh man, I could do that too. It's easier now than it has been, but it's in the past people had to use film, and film was so hard, man. It's expensive. So
how much do you know offhand? Like, this is a rough ballpark figure.
Film versus video. Because now all of it, video looks like film now, so nobody really uses film except Quentin Tarantino is trying to preserve it. But film, I remember, man, I had bought 2 cartridges of Super 8 film. And this was, like 13 years ago. Okay. And that was $13 a cartridge. And
how many minutes do you get out of that?
That was 3 minutes and 50 something seconds.
For $13?
For each. So this was each. And then on top of that, once you shoot with film, you had to go back and get it developed, which there used to be a spot out in Batavia that would develop film, but it costs another like $10 per cartridge, which is 50 feet of film, which is, like I said, 3 minutes. And you didn't have sound, so you still had to sync the sound to the film. So and you had to have once you did that, you had to convert the film to video, because people back then still use VCRs and DVDs. So it's more convenient, but I think a lot of people now, because they're able to get their hands on DSLRs, or they got the good cell phone camera, or the tablet or whatever, that they think that is it's that simple. That's a start, but it's by no means how it should be.
Right. And so once you got all that, you did your casting call, you got your crew, you got your cast, then you start shooting based on a shooting schedule that you should have already written out. So we usually, it depending on what kind of scene you have, and again, I'm learning through trial and error.
Right.
It is a process you have to go through, which eventually I looked up online the proper way to shoot stuff. Right. So if you have somebody doing action sequences and kicking and stuff, it's a good idea to practice that stuff beforehand.
Right. Which we have had rehearsals.
Yes, we have rehearsals so people know what they're doing instead of you on set and then you have like 20 extras watching you practice in front of them. That doesn't look good. So once you get everything together, you start shooting, and you have to have contracts too. Make your actor, depending on what you're paying them, release forms and stuff like that. You have to have release forms, because if your film is good, which you should hope it is good, then you might get a distribution deal. And when people hear that, they assume you're going to be a millionaire for some strange reason.
In Hollywood now.
And they're going to be like, hey man, when I get my $50,000 for that 3 minutes I did in your movie.
Like, yeah, remember I was walking down the sidewalk in your movie, man.
Right. And, it really doesn't work like that. So have your paperwork in order. And the shooting process is not gonna go smooth. It never goes smooth. Every movie that I've done, we had to reshoot the first scene. Every movie, because I always think the first scene is the most important scene to me. Yeah. And every movie we had to shot, either whether an actor has dropped out of the movie or it just did not come out right, we've reshot the first scene. You can't get discouraged. Just do it.
Exactly. Fortunately, we were able to reshoot the first scene for Not Another Zombie Movie, and it worked out. It worked out a lot better than the original first shoot that we had. Right. But it happens, and same thing. I looked up some stuff, man, and I heard Martin Scorsese. I heard him say, sometimes we get somewhere and things just aren't what we planned, and we sometimes have to change. And that's what happens, man. Sometimes you get to the set, and we've done also, which we didn't even talk about this, we've done location scouting.
Yeah,
me and him have went, every location that we shot at, we went and looked at it first, and we went and set up the scene and tried to see what scenes we were going to shoot there. But sometimes what you plan isn't how it happens when you the day of the shoot. So you wind up just saying, oh man, we gotta change this, or for some reason a window gets added to a room. Stuff like that.
And if you're shooting outside in any city, town, or whatever, you have to have permission and insurance, and you're gonna have to have insurance before you get permission. We learned this the hard way because we were arrested one day on set because we shot a sketch. In the sketch, there's a prank. A homeless guy was supposed to step on me and beat me up. Police saw it. They came over. They thought it was real. They thought it was
real.
He
was in Dunkin' Donuts.
Right. Coincidentally, he was in Dunkin' Donuts. He came over. Was like, hey, what are you guys doing?
Like, hey, I was eating my coffee and donuts, and I heard all this commotion.
Right. We showed them. We're like, hey, we just shooting a movie. Like, all right, that's fine, but I have to check your IDs. This is routine. All right, I gave him my ID. With confidence, because I didn't know I had a warrant now. Diesel went and got his NBC credentials again with confidence.
That's right.
I handed it to him. He did his little thing on his shoulder. He's like, "Hey, I need you to put your hands behind your back." I'm like, "Who you talking to?" So he threw me in the truck. I'm like, "All right, yeah, I probably do got a traffic warrant." I see him with handcuffs on, walking to the car, and they were like, does he have a 5-point star tattoo on his arm? They're like, we don't think so.
They're like asking me, I same thing. I give them my ID, and I hear this thing come back on the radio, some code, and I'm like, that don't sound right. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to have to ask you to come with us. What? Like, turn me around, put my hands behind my back. Looks like you've been mistaken for somebody else.
Yeah. So we was in Bellwood holding cell for about 3 hours while they sort out his ID and giving me a court date.
Right.
So to avoid all that, get permission. Exactly. And 9 times out of 10, the police in the village of the town you shooting in, they pretty cool about it.
Right.
Like, we didn't have any issues with it. The first shot where we had 100 zombies, the village of Berkeley gave us police barricades to use.
Right. We set it up to where I live in Berkeley. So I called the village administrator, and still got to give her a copy of the movie. But she was very, very nice, gave us barricades. Even on the day, she's like, well, I don't know if we're going to have it because there's a parade. Barricades were laying on my garage door. But, also, we've done this for everything. We did it for the Side Guy sketch, which we shot in Bellwood. We also called the village administrator for that. We've done it almost everywhere.
Yeah, so get permission, because that's the last thing you want. Police shutting down your production while you have actors there. Then you got to convince these actors to come back and do it again. Right. So get permission. That's the main thing. And just don't get discouraged if something doesn't go your way. If you really want to do this, you'll find a way to make it happen.
I'm going to say this. As far as guerrilla, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm not saying you should. That's at your discretion. Like you said, if you want to get shut down and you run the risk of getting shut down, you might want to call first. But if you by every means want to get that shot, it's up to you how you want to get it.
Right. And so, say you got your movie shot. Say it took 3 months to shoot your movie, dealing with people's schedule. In your mind, you used to plan on being at least 3 months to properly edit the movie.
Right.
So once you get your movie edited, you watch it, you go through scenes, then, you can do one or two things. You can just sell it out the trunk of your car, or you can have a premiere, or you can seek distribution. There's a lot of good companies out there. Maverick is Maverick is who we're signed to.
Right.
It's a good distribution company. Just, make a screen copy of your movie and send it off to them. Or you can just do a premiere at different theaters invite out your friends.
And also enter film festivals.
And film festivals. Most film festivals, like the premiere festivals, start in the spring. Sign up with Without a Box. It keeps you posted with all movie film festivals, and you can submit your film through Without a Box, so your movie can put on there.
Good resource. And also IMDb. That's the other thing.
IMDb
is very, very important. Gives your movie credibility.
Yes, that's your movie resume. If you're an actor, like the Harold Dennis has about 600 movies on IMDb, so you need to get your film on IMDb. If you see some issues with your scenes, go back and reshoot them. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right, exactly.
You want the best possible product with the budget you can. Right. If like the building's destroyed, obviously you can't reshoot it. You might. I've done rewrites in the middle of shooting. Like someone didn't show up when they were supposed to show up, and I had to rewrite. I had to kill off a character like an impromptu murder, and then they show up the next time, be like, hey, by the way, you died, so we're gonna shoot that death scene real quick. So it happens. You gotta be able to react on your feet.
Exactly. I mean, and this I think is commonplace in a lot of films. I think a lot of people will realize that sometimes things like that happen. Like even the situation where we had one person move while we were shooting. And
Jackie Dallas, she moved to LA. That was her original plans.
But shooting went a little bit behind schedule. But she actually came back, and we wound up reshooting that scene with her in it.
So it worked out. So a lot of things fall into place. Just be patient and realize if it was easy, anybody can do it.
Right.
So are we out of time yet? Are we gonna wrap it up?
You ready? You got somewhere to go?
I ain't got nowhere. I don't have no life. This is my off time.
Drugs.
Like what? I think Spoon on the corner.
Drugs.
So I had a great time. People want to reach you, talk to you. What's the best way?
They can hit me up on Facebook, Dante Diesel Williams, or just Dante Williams, and just look for my face. Sure. And also Twitter at Dante Diesel, or Instagram at Dante_Diesel.
You can find me on Facebook, and if you have a profile picture of like a butt, a sexy woman, and you have no mutual friends, I'm probably not gonna accept that friend request because I don't believe in you. So
me neither.
So hell, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's all the same. J Davis, Jay Davis, TP. That's J Davis TP. T is in think,
positive,
and P is in positive. So,
the casting call.
The casting call for Not Another Black Movie. It's a spoof on Tyler Perry type movies. We really gonna make fun of him. Not too bad, but it's a great.
If he calls us, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing, right? So we're doing the first casting call is going to be January 10th at Output Lounge. If you're interested, please email me at email my PA at jdavis, Jay-Davis, ENT at gmail, or you can email at notanotherblackmovie at gmail.com. So I had a great time, but we're going to leave off with a teaser clip from Not Another Zombie Movie. In this clip, I told a group to follow us to my cousin's Peanut's house where he has all these guns and stuff. But when we get there, Peanut's house is surrounded by zombies, and they look for me, my character, to do something about it. So check out this clip. I had a great time. Shout out to Intellectual Radio. I am Jay Davis. And
I'm Dante Diesel Williams.
Talk to you later. Okay. His store right around the corner. Let me just make sure everything clear. I think I fucked up.
What's the problem?
I'm pretty sure I fucked up. I'm sorry.
You're an idiot. I knew we shouldn't have come here. This place is completely surrounded by them things.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Baby, what's wrong?
Oh, baby, I think my water just broke.
Oh, come on, Mike.
Oh.
Come on, man. My wife can't be out here when this baby come, man.
All right, I got an idea.
Come on, then. Come with me.
You don't play baseball.
A baseball? You gonna play fetch with zombies. Let's get out of here. Come on. Boy, she got crazy. Craven's worse than
Hey!
Now what do we do?
Tired of running.
Me too.
I'm not. Now let's do this.